Hi, everybody. This is Tamiya Robles. Welcome to my podcast. Let me do my usual formal introduction. This is Tamiya Robles. I am the owner of Fix My Credit Now, 850.com. Welcome to my podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. Yes. So I'm doing another live. I think I'm going to do lives way more often. I said that before, but now I just think I am. You guys are very receptive of them. You guys watch my videos and then you call me and schedule consultation with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, what I'm talking about now, as far as divorce and credit, is pretty important to me because I am getting clients that have already gone through a divorce and their credit has been messed up, seriously messed up, left them in financial binds, things like that. But it dawned on me, I was like, well, let me see what I can do to help. If you know you're about to go through a divorce, this video is definitely for you. If you have already been through a divorce and your credit's messed up, definitely schedule a consultation with me at fixmycreditnow850.com. But hopefully, this video will also help you and it will give you an idea of what you can do moving forward. Sometimes I feel like early in the divorce, yes, you may have already had a hit, but maybe some of the things that we're going to discuss might help you just a little bit. Um, this video is going to be slightly different than the other videos that I've done. It's not going to be too PowerPointy, but I am going to post the topics up, right? Just so you can clearly see what we're talking about, what the discussion is, and should be easy for you to check it out if you're checking me out on YouTube. So let's get into it. Real quick. I want to make it very clear that I am not an attorney. Okay. I'm not a financial advisor. Before actually taking steps during a divorce or before a divorce, whatever, consult with a financial advisor or an attorney. Okay. I am the credit repair person. That's me. All right. I do credit. I am the greatest at credit. Okay. But I am not a financial advisor and I'm not an attorney. So definitely for sure take heed to what I'm saying. Right. But speak to an attorney, speak to a legal advisor. Protecting your credit is extremely important, though, when it comes to securing your financial future, even before and after a divorce. But again, I am the credit person. I am going to always stay in my lane. I'm going to only talk about credit related topics as it pertains to a divorce. Okay. Just so we can be super duper clear about that. Now, I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Okay. So bear with me. Let me get to that. Let me get to that screen. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over these topics. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let me see what you guys see. There we go. First topic. So, fixing your credit now. Yes, I know that's the name of my company, Fix My Credit Now, 850.com, but it was supposed to make it very easy for people to remember and to practice, right? So now we're talking about the practice of it all. Fix your credit now, all right? So if you're about to go through a divorce, um, try to take a look at your credit and see what's going on, all right? You may have an idea already on where you stand, where your credit is, or whatever. A lot of clients that I know so far, what's happening is they're going through this divorce, and even to the very end, they're still trusting in their significant other to take care of things financially. They think bills are still being paid, and they're not. Okay. So fix your credit now. Obtain copies of your credit report from all three major credit bureaus. Again, I'll leave a link. I have a special link that I'm using right now for all my people. And that is it's $1 for 7 days if you want to take a look at your credit report. And if you see a lot of negatives, I've done a lot of videos on this. Take a look at my old videos, see how to read a credit report, Boom. If you see a lot of different colors, reds, yellows, blacks, right? You need to get your credit fixed. Okay. Take a look at your credit report. If you see colors, fix your credit. All right. You can schedule a consultation with me. If you want to do it yourself, I have a lot of help there, but you need to take a look at your credit and see where you stand. It may not be as bad as you think it is. I tell people that all the time. But a lot of times, like I said, people think the spouse is taking care of things and they are not. So let's say you are checking out your credit and it does look good. Things look decent for now. That's great. Okay. We're going to talk about how to maintain that. All right. During the separation. Everybody's divorce is different, obviously. Some people don't have a healthy relationship with the spouse or they can't communicate properly. If you're one of those people, then you just have to bite the bullet and take care of yourself, right? And look out for self. Look at your own credit report, get your own credit repaired if needed, and then strengthen your credit profile. That's pretty major. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the second point. Now, if you have joint accounts with your spouse, this is also important. All of these points are important, but this is very important because this is where a lot of times I'm looking at credit reports and I'm seeing something in collections, I'm seeing things repossessed, but you have a joint account, right? So if possible, close your joint accounts. Okay? Close joint credit accounts with your spouse to prevent new debt from being accrued in your name. Closing these accounts will require both parties' consent. A lot of times it will because you did it together. So I don't know how your communication is. Hopefully, it is at least civil enough where you guys can talk about just the facts, right? And I know every situation is different. And I know a lot of times you don't want to talk to the person, but you have to think this is your future. This is going to affect your future if you don't communicate with each other. If you need to flip the script and then say, hey, this is not just to protect me, this is to protect you as well as we go our separate ways. Let's call these creditors, do what we need to do, and separate these joint accounts. Okay. If not, then you're going to have these repossessions and it's going to say joint. You're going to have these collection charge offs and it's going to say joint account. You understand? These are going to hurt. This type of thing is going to hurt your credit tremendously. It's going to be new. It's going to be new debt reporting. It's going to drop your score drastically. So again, first step, take a look at your credit. If your credit's cool, then second step, anything joint, separate that. Because if you get divorced and you don't separate it, then your positive credit report and your beautiful credit profile is going to go straight to hell after that. It will. Then you're going to want to purchase your own home. You're going to want to purchase a car. You're going to want to purchase an apartment or whatever. And they're going to see this debt and you're going to have to do something about it. And one of the things you're going to have to do is still separate yourself from your spouse on paper. Either way, it's going to have to be done, right? Or you might, some of you guys address it in court, what have you. But if there's things that you can do prior to things getting so bad on your credit report, then definitely do it. All right. It's ugly. We get it. But at the end of the day, you guys need to survive. All right. You need to build your credit, have a good credit profile, and maintain it, whether you like each other or not. All right. All right. Cool. Now, we're going to go to the next screen. So this one is also extremely important. You want to establish individual credit. So that kind of coincides with what I was just saying. Open new credit accounts in your name. Start building your individual credit history if you haven't already. This will help maintain your credit worthiness post divorce, right? So now, whether you're going through a divorce or not, I have to tell my clients to do this either way. Here's a perfect example. If you don't have that much credit and you're trying to purchase a home, I tell clients get a trade line. Okay. be an authorized user, be a primary. I offered new ways to become a primary user on a trade line. You can report rent. I'll get into that in just a second because you'll say, "Oh, we were married. Like, how were we?" Man, you gotta be creative. Okay, just be creative. All right, but you need to start establishing your own credit. Okay. Maybe with the joint accounts, maybe one of the things that you can do is negotiate with your spouse and say, hey, you don't have to worry about the car note. Like, just take your name off of it and then you keep yourself on. That's one way of doing it and maintaining your these trade lines and having positive credit and keeping positive credit, right? um Trade lines, being an authorized user, getting the bills transferred over into your name, things like that. All right, be creative the best you can. Should you open up like Chime and what is it, Upturn accounts? I wouldn't do it only because these are secure credit cards and secured lines of credit. Looks like you're not responsible enough for your own money. I talked about that in the past. Okay. And it's going to cut out the time that you already have with your credit. So let's say you had 8, 9 years worth of credit. You open up new accounts and you got these new trade lines. Then what's going to happen is you don't cut your trade line, your time down to maybe 2 years, which will drop your score. So you don't want to do that. But just start building your own credit, having your own, stand on your own 2 feet, show through your credit report that you can do things on your own and you're good to go. If you can establish a strong credit profile, you should be good. We're going to talk a little bit more about this at the end of my little slideshow, but there is a reason for all of this stuff, and I will explain how impactful all of this is for you, especially after a divorce. All right, so the next thing is you want to pay down joint debt. Work together with your spouse if you can. Okay, if you got to put on your little nice smile or whatever, do what you got to do just to communicate just enough. Like I said, let them know this is not just for you. This is for me. This is not just for me. This is for you too. Right? So, work together with your spouse, pay down your joint debts, such as your mortgage loans and your credit card balances before the divorce. Reducing joint liabilities can make the division of assets and debts smoother, right? Right. So if we're going to go through this divorce, let's try to make it a smooth transition to the best of our ability. We're grown now, right? We're grown and we don't want to start fresh fucked up. We don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I would say excuse my French, but y'all have seen my videos. I'm gonna keep cursing, so we can't take it. Just get off. But anyway, that's the reality because that's what it feels like. That's what you're going through. You know what I mean? So definitely, if you can, right now, every divorce isn't as spiteful. And sometimes, if you need to bring a mediator into it, like another family member, like the communication is that bad, fine. But this is, again, for the benefit of both of you guys. All right. Pay them debts down. Get the utilization down on them credit cards. You don't have to pay them off. I actually encourage you not to pay them off, but bring it down to 15% utilization or less. Okay. If you guys need help with your utilization, and you need a plan structure, let me know. I cannot stress enough that my services are not free. I understand you guys like talking to me or hearing me on YouTube and communicating with me and whatever other social media platforms I have. But when you call me and you want me to do a plan for you, all right, understand you're taking time away from other people that I am servicing. So this is a service, it's a free consultation, right? But the services are not free. That's why I'm trying to get you guys to look at the videos for all the people that want to be cheap and that want things for free. Check out my other videos. Like, I'm breaking everything down on what to do. Okay. All right then. Other than that, if you want me to do it, I'm totally okay with it. All right. I love explaining these type of things to people, breaking it down, showing you how to do it. So moving forward, it just becomes second nature to you. But yes, it's very important to pay the debts down, the mortgage, all of that, pay off your debts, pay them down as far as your credit cards are concerned. All right, now we're gonna move on. Consult an attorney. All right. Take legal advice from an experienced attorney who specializes in divorce cases. They can provide you with guidance to protecting your financial interests and rights during the divorce process. Okay. Now, I don't need y'all to keep coming to me while you guys are at your bottom. If you can prevent it, these are just steps that you can take for preventative measures. Okay. Preventative measures. Get an attorney, seek the advice of an attorney. You don't even have to, just like me, you don't have to utilize their complete services, but you can pay for their expertise. You can sit down and ask them some questions, pay for their time or whatever, right? Just get some sort of consultation with an attorney or even a legal advisor. Is up to you. You understand? So again, they are the experts. You don't want to be left hanging. It is really, now is not the time before the holidays and going into the new year. Now is not the time to have this whole messed up credit because you're going through a divorce or you just had a divorce when you could have prevented it. These are the steps that you could take to prevent you being in a completely messed up situation. All right. All right. So now we're going to go to the next one. Now, keeping records. I'm big on paper trails. I play no games. All right. I'm a hoarder when it comes to paper trails, but I'm giving you the softer version. So keep records, maintain thorough records of all financial transactions, assets, debts, securing during the divorce proceedings. Okay. The documents can be crucial when negotiating a fair settlement. All right. So that's the nice, sweet version, a sweet way of saying it. And, definitely follow that. Like, that's what's up, And yes, these are my own words. I wrote this for y'all. Right. But yes, this is very important to do. Like I said, I'm big on a paper trail. Okay. Not just for the divorce proceedings. It's always good to have a paper trail. It's always good to make it clear and to show proof. You may need to show proof at any given time, what you've done financially. This is my income here. These are my debts here. This is what I paid. This is what I contribute to. I don't know, daycare. This is what I've contributed to transportation. I bought these cars. I bought these cell phones, whatever. And this is my contribution. This is what I'm doing. Right? You want to keep a paper trail of everything. Another thing you want to keep a paper trail of, and I actually don't talk about this often enough, and I think I should, and I'm going to implement this with every video moving forward. But especially when you're with me, I can't speak for anyone else, but when you sign up for credit repair with me, understand that I do keep a copy of every single dispute letter I send out. Get yourself a copy. Okay. Ask for it. I have too many clients where I'm just going to instantly send them a copy of what I sent to the credit bureaus. So just ask me if you need it for something, or maybe you just want to have a record of what was disputed and the whole dispute process, right? So if you've been with me for, like, let's say 2-3 months, you're about to head into court for whatever reason, you want to show what you've been doing. I don't know. Me personally, haven't gone through this particular process, but I know having a paper trail is major. I tell my clients all the time. I think I even created an automatic email to remind people to ask for a copy of your dispute letters that we send out. Just have it on file. Save it on your desktop. You just never know. But definitely for sure keep records, man. If you're going through a divorce and it's going to be messy, and to prevent it from being too messy, you need proof. You need to show what's up, what you've done, right? And again, yes, it will make it a smoother process for you. Okay. There's not much to dispute if you have a paper trail of what you've done, right? All right, cool. So now we're going to wrap it up and go to the next slide, right? This one is pretty cool. They all are because I'm cool and what I've done is cool. But this is a pretty cool point, very important. Communicate with the creditors. Okay. You want to communicate with the creditors. Notify creditors and lenders of your impending divorce to ensure they are aware of the situation. This can help prevent unauthorized use of your credit by your ex spouse. Again, I'm just telling you the green way of doing things. This is definitely it. And I'm going to show you a more creative way to do things, right? So, whether you're going through a divorce or not, whether you're just trying to fix your credit and trying to get things moving along, if you know you're approaching hard times, right? Maybe there's a sick family member, maybe you lost your job. I don't know. Maybe you got unexpected expenses and you can't handle things the way you used to handle them. Contact the creditors, right? As much as I'm anti the system, right? If you know me, you know, right? Um, I do believe in communicating with the creditors. Here's why. Their goal is just to make money. This is a business, right? Business is business. They're about their money. They would rather not chase you down and harass you for their bread. All right. If you could just take the initiative and reach out to them first and say, yo, this is what's going on. Shit's popping off and I need some assistance. I need to let y'all know. Communicate with them. It goes a long way. Believe it or not, you might just be surprised on their response. I just call them and say, hey, I don't need y'all messing up my credit. If you could just chill for a second, um, I should have it together by such and such time. Okay. A lot of times, creditors will have some sort of response. Let's say, for example, I did a video on this as well. Your mortgage, right? You and your significant other are about to go your separate ways. Contact your mortgage company, let them know that there's going to be some drastic financial changes, and see what they have. Ask them, what can you guys do? What can you do, if anything, to assist? Because I don't need this heavy blow on my credit report, on my finances. I don't want to worry about foreclosures or none of that. What can we do? I'm not saying I'm not trying to pay y'all. It's just I need some help during these times. It is best that the creditor give you options than for you to just be dismissive. Okay. It makes it harder to dispute on your credit report. Then you have this new missed payment or this new negative, this new collections that could have easily been prevented. Right. So even if they do put a missed payment on, even if they're like, listen, we can't, you know what I'm saying? Sorry for your loss, sorry for your situation and whatever and whatnot. Therefore, R2, um, we're gonna have to say you missed a payment. Don't worry about it, right? Don't stress it too much. There are still ways. I've never been a fan of a goodwill letter, but I know that they can work. So I'm just big on deletion. Delete, 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 flip a missed payment, delete, whatever, right? But you can actually write what's called a goodwill letter. If anyone wants a copy of a goodwill letter, even though I don't personally use them anymore, I did use them in earlier on in my credit repair business. I did use deletions. Goodwill letters very, very briefly. Um, but if you want them, let me know and I'll send you a copy, a free copy. It's not that difficult. But take a dispute letter, find out who the CEO, the CFO is of the company, and then just send it over to them, right? make sure that letter is drawn at the heartstrings. If you got to be creative with the description of your situation, do so. Do what you have to do, okay, to get what you need done. All right. But a lot of cases, if you let them know of the hardships, they have some options. They have some way to help you out. Goodwill letters can also flip a missed payment or two. like I don't know. From what I understand, it's one at a time. Maybe one they can overturn, but I'm just big on doing it myself personally, but I do know. I just want to let you guys know of all the options, all the possibilities, and a goodwill letter can help. I don't want to say no, 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 don't do it. Just goodwill letter because I don't believe in it. I just don't do it. It's just personally, I just like to get things flipped or deleted. Now, you can also say COVID, okay? If you call these creditors and say, "Hey, medical issue, COVID issues, blah blah blah," they are supposed to do something because COVID is still on and popping. We're headed into flu season. COVID's going to be on and popping again. They have to have some sort of backup, which they usually do. Um, some sort of alternative program to prevent you from having your services shut off. There's options, people. Okay. So definitely take care of that. Now, I do believe that, yes, that's the end of my slide. Now, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of it. Let's wrap this up on a high note, right? So, excuse me for sniffling. Like, the kid got a cold, so that made me have a cold. So I'm good, but though I don't have flu. But look it. So divorce is ugly. I get it. For some people can separate on good terms because they were cool as hell. Not everybody has that luxury. Okay. Many people don't have that luxury. And a lot of times people just simply don't know. It's not like you're intentionally trying to hurt each other. Like your goal is just to split, right? But you don't think of these other items, these other issues that could negatively, like I said, impact the both of y'all, right? So if you can communicate, follow these steps, okay? Be open with each other and be like, listen, it is what it is, let's handle it. If y'all can do that, that makes the whole credit thing amazing. It makes it easier for you guys to purchase your own homes, get your own stuff in your names, so on and so forth. If you cannot communicate properly, if you can't get a mediator, a family member, whatever the hell, these are the steps you have to go through. You are going to have to be creative. You are going to have to say what you got to say to get what you want. You understand? Do what you have to do. No one really cares. People understand. And even if they don't, who cares? That's your life. This is your life. Okay. It's really painful for me to have clients that have gone through a divorce and I'm seeing all these missed payments, collections, charged off accounts, um, that could have been easily prevented if they just like picked up the phone, if they got creative with their shit. It could have been people that are trying to get a house and they got the kids. You're the spouse stuck with the kids, right? And you're trying to get a house and you can't because of all of the joint accounts that are messed up, right? So now you're apartment searching and you really probably need to be in a house, right? But that now what they're doing with apartments, they're treating them like a house. Like you have to have practically the same qualifications that you would to get in a house, to get into an apartment nowadays. So now what? What are you going to do? Right? Cars being repo now. What are you going to do? I'm going to do another repo about repos. Another repo. I'm going to do another video on repos, right? And how you really get down with repos. But if you don't know better, you know what I mean, or if you can prevent the situation, follow these steps. All right. All right. Now I'm going to wrap all of this up. But again, as usual, hit me up if you have any questions, concerns. Consultations are free for 30 minutes. If you keep calling me, I'm just be honest with you. If you keep calling me trying to get tips along the way and free service, I'm just going to charge you. I mean, it's a business, right? Like, I don't understand why, whatever. But yeah, just definitely hit me up. Check out my Facebook group page. One of five is credit and first time home buyers plug. There's plenty of real estate agents there, lenders. Um, you guys can get on there, ask some questions. I'm on there. Check out my YouTube, Instagram, all of that. Check me out, especially if you're into free stuff. You can even go to my website if you're a do-it-yourselfer. I have a whole special section just for y'all. Again, it's Fix My Credit Now, 850.com. And then that's pretty much it. But please be prepared. It really bothers me that a lot of y'all just come to me when it's too late. But I do have people that are coming to me now. But there's things that you can do, inclusive of credit repair. And that's, again, just follow the video to the best of your ability. All right. It was great talking to y'all, and I will see y'all later. Take care.